Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. We've actually got quite a bit of stuff in the folders today, certainly this WWE news folder, so let's get our teeth into that. So TJF, thank you. This is great news. So Ringside Collectibles, known for selling action figures, are very excited because they've seen this post come from Kamala's family, right? And it says that he has now signed a Legends deal. Or not him, because sadly he's no longer with us. His estate, right, have signed a Legends deal. So Kamala's family have signed a Legends deal, which will include new Mattel figures, which is brilliant. We've had quite a few Kamala Mattel figures before, but I hope we get a WWE Superstars figure. That's the Walmart exclusive line. I really do love that line. So it'd be great to get a Kamala in that line. So probably looking good for him going into the Hall of Fame, I would imagine. I don't know about this year. It could be next year. I'm not sure how long this Legends deal is going to run for, but we should get figures. We should get merch, shirts and things like that. So very cool. Right, Christopher, shout out to you. So this coming from TMZ, Ric Flair has officially announced that he will be present at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. So he is going to be there. I don't know if he's going to be there in an official capacity or if he just wants to attend to see what's going to happen. Is John going to get number 17? But he will be there at WrestleMania 41. Okay, Orlando is going to bid $18 million to try and host WrestleMania and other WWE PLEs. I've actually got them written down, right? So in 2026, they're looking for either Survivor Series or Saturday Night's Main Event, which is really weird because I wouldn't kind of compare those two as being equal. But I suppose in a way they'll still bring about the same amount of people. You know, Survivor Series tends to be in an arena. Saturday Night's Main Event tends to be in an arena. So you're still having the same impact to the local economy, right? It's not like one is a 40, 50,000 show and the other is like a 10,000 show. Like they're both probably about the same size. So yeah, Survivor Series or Saturday Night's Main Event I thought was a bit strange, but I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. 2027, they want a UFC pay-per-view. 2028, they're hoping for the Royal Rumble. And 2031, they want WrestleMania, which of course will be WrestleMania. So, yeah, really, going to go big there, Orlando. And I hope they get them, to be honest. I hope they get all these things. Orlando is kind of like the second home for WWE. It's obviously where NXT is based. We know that you've got New York, you've got Connecticut, where the headquarters are, Madison Square Garden, of course, the spiritual home. But Orlando has got to be right up there as well. So always good to see Orlando in the mix for WWE shows. So we'll have to see if they get some of those, all of those. But they're interested in a WrestleMania. So Mitchell, thank you, my friends. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. So Big E has been talking about El Grande. And he says, I know Chad Gable's body. I've seen that man in many locker rooms and many wrestling rings. I could pick that body out of a lineup of 1,000 men. And don't make it weird, okay? Don't make it weird. I know who that is. I know who that is. And don't insult my intelligence by telling me it's anyone other than Chad Gable. Let's stop this whole charade. Let's take the man out of the mask. I know who you are. Let's end this, all of it. Every little bit of it. Let's kill it right now. Let's be done with it, okay? I know every square inch. I know how it all lays out. I see how the lats taper to the waist, okay? It wasn't intentional, okay? I spent a lot of time around half-naked men and also naked men. This was not what I intended when I started out on this journey, but it's a byproduct of this profession, okay? Big E is not having it. That is Chad Gable. He knows this man's body seemingly better than Chad Gable knows his own body. That was from the Raw recap. They must have had Big E on, so that did make me smile. Just sticking on El Grande, World Hardcore Wrestling, shout out to you. He says, people in the comments are angry. Fox News has picked up that a new wrestler in WWE is calling the Gulf of America his home. A luchador wrestler, given the name El Grande Americano, took to the squared circle in what was an apparent in-ring debut. As per the storyline, many WWE fans think that the wrestler is actually Chad Gable in disguise. Certainly Big E does. Although that's not 100% known, Big E would argue. A recent segment had Gable separate from the man in the costume. Right, but they're really honing in on, I think, the whole Gulf of America aspect of it. So El Grande making waves in the Gulf of America. Christopher, shout out to you. So this coming from WrestleVotes. There are high expectations that Rusev, aka Miro, will return to WWE before the end of the year. So don't expect to see him anytime soon. They're saying by the end of the year. But there are high expectations. Okay, I've been tagged in this quite a few times. So Jey has said there's a bunch of wrestlers that are better than him, but they're not at the top. He said, I feel like I act like everything is 10 out of 10 for me. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to pick me apart right now because I'm in this position. Oh, he can't do this. He's only got 3 moves. And if we really want to be honest, there's a whole bunch of dope wrestlers way better than me, but they're not at the top. You know, they got 20 moves and y'all can do all that, but they're not in my position. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different game, And I agree with him. I've seen a backlash to this, but I agree with him. I mean, I don't think it would be wise for him to try and make out he's the best wrestler when one of the biggest criticisms is that his in-ring is a little bit underwhelming. There was a lot of disappointment with that singles match between him and his brother at WrestleMania last year. And a lot of recent Jey singles matches have not really blown people away, right? So this is kind of a big part of the backlash. So it would be silly for him to come out and go, yeah, I'm the best. You know, when AJ Styles is in the company, Seth Rollins is in the company, Gunther's in the company. Like, they're better in ring, right? But the point he's making is that, yeah, they can do all those moves, but they're not in my position. This is a different game. And I agree with him. You know, this is about having a connection with the audience. And Jey has got this. He has got this. He's got the yeet. He's got the merch sales. He's got the entrance. He's got the presentation. He's got the experience. He's paid his dues. Like, I don't mind him being in this spot. He's not my favorite wrestler, but I respect him. I respect him. Sometimes not the best in-ring wrestler is the guy that's getting the opportunities. I mean, I've compared Jey to the Ultimate Warrior in the past. There's a lot of differences there, but there are similarities because the Ultimate Warrior was never the best in-ring. And he was all about presentation. He was all about coming down and getting the crowd excited and fired up. And he had such a strong connection with the crowds that he went on to beat Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6. Like, he went on to become WWE champion and one of the most recognized superstars in the history of WWE. But his in-ring was, I mean, to say underwhelming would be an understatement, right? And I sort of feel like Jey is a little bit cut from the same cloth. I think that he's a better in-ring wrestler than the Ultimate Warrior, but he is largely getting where he is getting because of his charisma, connection with the crowd, the yeeting, the entrance, the hand gesture, you know, all of that he's over. He's over, you know, and it's showing in numbers that WWE are looking at, like merch sales, for example, which is telling them this is the direction we should be going. So I agree with this. I agree with kind of what he's saying here. But this debate is going to continue raging on. There's lots of people that don't want him to be going for a world title at WrestleMania. They don't think he's good enough when it comes to in-ring. They don't really care for the whole yeet thing. He's just not their guy. But then you'll find plenty of people that feel the opposite way as well. So we could have a long conversation about Jey, but honestly, we wouldn't really get anywhere. Right, Kelly the Wise Lady, thank you. So if you get a DM or message from Nick Aldis, it's not him. So Mickey James Aldis just putting this message out for Nick. My X account has been hacked/compromised. Please ignore any posts on X from real Nick Aldis until further notice. WWE have been informed and are working on it. So there we go, just something to be aware of, right? Ric Flair responds to John Cena's Raw promo about erasing him from history. He said they've been trying to get rid of the woo for 50 years. The woo isn't going away, and neither is Ric Flair. And the odds of him, John Cena, winning a 17th world title are astronomical. So, yeah, Ric Flair, as we said, he's going to be at WrestleMania, and this was Ric Flair responding to some of the comments that John had made in his promo on Monday. WWE are reportedly interested in 2 new free agent stars. One of them is Hammerstone, obviously from TNA. Big belief, though, that he is on his way to AEW. The other one is Kevin Knight, who is apparently New Japan, or was in New Japan, and is a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. So those are 2 names WWE are interested in. Next up, TJF, thank you. We got the kid who went viral after John Cena's WWE promo was interviewed by a media outlet in Brussels. The kid gets it. Get him some WrestleMania tickets, said Wrestling News. I completely agree. So I've got the clip here. I mean, you can see, look, smiling. He's got like a bit of excitement. We can hear from him, but he's speaking like Klingon or something. So here we go.
De base, j'ai été ému d'entendre son thème. Après, c'est dans son personnage de E, donc je le comprends. Mais pour moi, John Cena, ça reste toujours mon héros. De base, j'ai été ému d'un...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is. I think that might be like... I think they speak that on Tatooine, which is in Star Wars. I'm not sure. But anyway, here, look, it's been translated. John Cena pointed his finger at me, and I was honored. I didn't know he was going to shiz on me, but I understand that he was in character. To me, John Cena will always be a hero. Oh, my God. What a goat. What a goat. What a brilliant quote. What a brilliant quote. This kid just gets it, like... He wasn't devastated. It's not ruined his life or anything like that. He's like, I understand. He was in character. John's always going to be a hero to me. And it's such a great response because that is not what John Cena wants. John Cena wants this kid to be upset. Like he has spent 2 weeks trying to get the crowd to hate him. And this kid in just this real little soundbite here has gone, I still love you, John. I'll always, there's nothing you could do to make me hate you, John. And that's going to wind John up. Oh my God, it's the perfect response. It's the perfect response. So good. So good. Well done, everyone. Well done. So there we go. John Cena pointed his finger at me and I was honored. I didn't know he was going to shiz on me, but I understand he was in character. To me, John Cena will always be a hero. Did you hear that, John? Did you hear that? You're my hero as well, John. We all love you, John. Going forward, there should be nothing but let's go Cena chants. That's what I want to hear. So we've got this. This is Gigi and Tatum, of course, picking up a win on this week's NXT. And here, look, we've got Shotzi saying, miss y'all. So TJF, thank you. Nice to hear from Shotzi. Don't know where she was, though. I mean, I can only imagine she was out back looking for her tank or something. But there we go. At least we've heard from Shotzi. We got this as well. Jordan Gray said this game is so hard. So you stand around in a circle, apparently, and whoever gets caught in the camera when you watch it back, if you can clearly see people, they lose their out, right? So here you can see, is that Ava in the middle? I don't know who that is in the middle, spinning around. And they're all trying to get out the way. And then they're going to look at the phone in a second. And here we go. These are the images that they captured. I mean, this is the joke, right? So this is the moment of her trying to capture people. Here you can see all these people trying to get out the way. And then they look back to see. I mean, I'm guessing actually it's probably not a video, but they're like taking pictures. I'm guessing it's that. So they spin around. She's spinning around just taking pictures. And if you get caught in a picture, you're out. And so let's have a look at the pictures, shall we? Right? These are there's one. That was one of them. There's another one. Oh, cheeky. Oh, look at that. God, isn't it amazing how much these... Oh, there he is. Slaying. Let's go. This is the most movement that I think Sean has done in about 10 years. So there we go. And these were the images that were captured. Love that. Love that for them. Love that for them. Right, we obviously found out that we've got a new Prime Minister for Evolve, and it is Stevie Turner. So we've got the mayor of NXT, which is Ava, and we've got the Prime Minister of Evolve, which is Stevie Turner. So that's pretty fun. Looking forward to seeing what she's going to do on Evolve. WWE ratings come out. They were really good. 750,000. I mean, I didn't feel like this show was going to get that kind of number, but there was no March Madness, so that may have helped. But even so, very impressive. Very impressive. Right, yeah, not great. Pittsburgh Payne said, I like when WWE tries to pretend that their own history doesn't exist, or that we're all stupid or something. Mandy was the first women's double champ. Don't let them fool you. And that's no knock at Steph. She's great. She's just not the first. And they've attached a picture here of Mandy with 2 belts. And there was Stephanie 2 belts, but it has been correctly pointed out that this was actually a unification match. So we was actually unifying both of these titles. So, I mean, you could say that in this moment she had won both titles, but they were immediately unified. Like, she didn't go on to defend both of them, right? She won the match to win the NXT UK Women's, but it was immediately unified with that. So I kind of see the point being made, but it's not the same as this. Amanda's like, yeah, it's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Thanks for the recognition, though. I appreciate you. Community notes, the UK title Mandy won in a title unification match was discontinued immediately and combined with the NXT women's title, which means she was not a double champion. Stephanie won the NXT and North American titles separately and defends both, making her a double champion. Ooh, community noted. Ah. Wah, wah, wah. So there we go. Do you remember when Mandy got into a bit of beef with Tiffany? That was fun. And now she's kind of walked into another little controversy there. Right, I can see why someone has said that, though, right? But I think the community note is correct. Mosh X Fiend said, I feel for Dominik Mysterio. I guess he's been right all along. Here's a tweet from ages ago, right? I don't think it's got the date on it, but it says, here's Rey, finally got my copy of WWE 13, right? WWE 13. I can't wait to play it tonight on the bus. And I can't wait to beat my kids as well. Enjoy 619. I mean, that's terrible. That really is terrible. I can't wait to play it tonight on the bus. And I can't wait to beat my kids. Maybe Dirty Dom was right all along. So, Mosh X Fiend, shout out to you, buds. Right, yeah, this is good. So Seth shares a story about how he became a dad, and it's all thanks to Stone Cold. And I was like, what? But he said that going all the way back to 2020, when we had the lockdown and the pandemic, they did a show from the Performance Center 316 where Stone Cold came out, and Becky actually got into the ring. And I remember this moment. Becky got into the ring and shared a few beers with Stone Cold. And, you know, she'd had 3, she'd had 4. And apparently later that night, she said to Seth, I think I'm going to take some time off and become a mom. And he was like, if she hadn't had a few beers, I'm not sure we would have had that conversation. So he credits Stone Cold and those beers for him becoming a dad. Or him becoming a dad when he did. So I thought that was good. So Shakeem, thank you. Johnny, shout out to you. I've seen a lot of people talking about this Threads. Nearly, well, there it was. 1 million views. Threads do really well, actually. So yeah, I think I've seen this one before, this thread, but it's still really good. So these are matches that were advertised but never happened, and why they never happened. So here, Jinder against Brock, it didn't happen because AJ beat Jinder just before Survivor Series. And so that's why we never got this match. Goldberg against Roman. Roman pulled out due to health concerns and was replaced by Braun. And obviously that would take place in the Performance Center as well. This one, Drew McIntyre would replace Orton when he won the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan would replace Styles when he won the WWE Championship. Sasha was unable to compete for this one back in 2021. I think this is when Becky returns, wasn't it? And Carmella came out and everything. Rhea was unable to compete and was replaced by Carmella. I think in this one, Rhea actually, it's really weird. I think, didn't she like bounce against a rope and either her head or her knee kind of shot into each other? She ended up like kneeing herself in the face. And I remember she needed like emergency dental work and all this kind of stuff. She kind of gave herself concussion. It was really weird how it came about. But she ended up sort of like knocking herself silly. And so that's why we didn't end up getting the match. Carly, Hep C blood tests hadn't come back. So got replaced by Big Show. Triple H wanted to face Punk instead. And so he replaced Nash. And this, I mean, look at this. The match we never got. Bray, obviously, health issues. We know, sadly, later in the year he would pass away. But that's what WrestleMania was going to be. Obviously, before he passed away. No holds barred match against Bobby Lashley. There's another one as well, which is very famous. Sister Abigail. And I'm sure many of you are already aware of this story. That medical reasons for Bray meant that he got replaced by AJ Styles. And so we ended up, this was going to be like Demon against Sister Abigail. We just ended up with, I think it was non-Demon Finn against AJ Styles, which was still a really good match. But man, I wish we had this match because some people were really worried about this. Like, oh my God, what was Bray thinking at this time? Like, how was he going to wrestle as Sister Abigail? But I'd like to have seen it. Maybe it would have worked. Maybe it would have been a disaster as well. But yeah, this one as well. Becky unable to compete. I think this is when she's on the steps with blood pouring down her nose. Iconic. But as a result of that damage to her nose, I think it was a broken nose, she wasn't able to compete in this match. There's over 30 in here. There's over 30. So, I mean, we're not going to sit here and, like, go through them all. But, yeah, there's over 30. What I'll do is I'll retweet this thread. It's an excellent thread. But just a few in there for you to have a little taste if you do want to dig into that further. So, there we go. That was that. Right, let's hear from Arianna Grace. Now, when I went over to America in the late 90s, they did have the ice cream. It's got, like, an astronaut on the packaging. This is not an ad, by the way. It's got an astronaut on the packaging because I saw it when I went to the Kennedy Space Center and they were selling them at the gift shop. And I couldn't quite make out if they were implying that astronauts took them to space. But I think that's what they were implying. And so that's where I saw that. And it seems like this one here, they're trying to make that out as well. I think that might be the cheesecake one. Basically, she's brought 6 freeze-dried snacks. And she's going to try them and give us her thoughts on them. So I think there's freeze-dried candy, pieces of cheesecake, mango, ice cream, strawberries, and cookie dough. I must admit, the only one I wouldn't be like keen on would be the mango one. I don't mind mango, but freeze-dried doesn't grab me. But let's check it out. It's a pretty fun video.
6 freeze-dried snacks that you didn't know existed. Freeze-dried candy, this is how it looks. I don't even like Skittles. Not for me. Freeze-dried cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Oh my God. Tastes exactly like cheesecake. Wow, what the heck? Freeze-dried strawberries. It's sweeter than a normal strawberry, I guess, but it has a nice crunch and it tastes like candy, except for it's healthy. Freeze-dried ice cream. How did you freeze-dry ice cream? Wouldn't it melt? Oh no, it would freeze. Wow. Damn, that's good. It tastes like vanilla ice cream, except for it's not creamy and cold. It's dry and crunchy. Weird. Freeze-dried mango.
Yeah, no.
I think I'll put this to freeze-dried cookie dough. This one is freaking good. Now, which one would you want to try? 6
there we go.
freeze-dried.
Do you know what? That was 58 seconds long and boom, just flew by. I thought it was really interesting. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen any of these in the UK. I'm sure you probably could find them. Certainly get them off the internet. But the ice cream one I saw at the Kennedy Space Center. And I don't think I got round to trying it. I would probably try, well, I'd probably give them all a go. But the cookie dough one sounds nice, to be honest. That sounds good. So, wrestling's biggest fan, thank you. I thought that was interesting. Right, from Raw to Fortnite, you never know what John Cena's next move's going to be. So here we go. John Cena seems to be back in good spirits, right? I mean, there's just little clues that he's happy, right? Here he is, little smile on his face, but there's something else. Me, love you. There we go. You remember that classic John Cena moment where he goes, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. So there we go. John Cena entering the world of Fortnite. Love you, John. Love you. Right, CM Punk just casually flexing that he's married AJ Lee.
Throw a bit more weight on if I spot you? Or
No, I got 8 that time.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not trying to...
Dude, you had a match at the Garden last night, a steel cage.
That you know, like, I got a hot wife. I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Sorted, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So Sheamus is like trying to go again. He's like, nah, I got a hot wife. I'm not trying to impress anyone. So there we go. I thought that was a fun little clip. Okay, let's go here. So Saraya Paige has announced she's departed AEW. A lot of people wondering if she'll be coming back to WWE. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think there could be a place for her to be a GM in NXT. She was an excellent GM. But I don't know. I saw her as a bit of a manager mouthpiece in AEW. It just did not grab me, to be honest. And I don't think she's going to be someone that's going to wrestle on a regular basis. So I don't know that she can wrestle on a regular basis. So you've got to think of roles for her kind of outside of the ring. So yeah, that's a tricky one, that, to be honest. That's a bit of a tricky one. She could, though. She could. And she also shared a story where she said there was some guy that was, like, really weird when she was young. And apparently Drew McIntyre heard the way the guy had been speaking to her and had some words. And apparently the guy never bothered her after that. So she's basically saying, like, you know, Drew's a real one. He properly had my back when I was really young. So, Christopher, thank you. Johnny, appreciate it. Christopher again. Yeah, I don't know where this comment was made, but Seth just saying people say a lot of things about him, but he's a really kind and generous man. Just talking about The Rock there, so it's interesting. People wondering, oh, could he join up with The Rock? I'd be down for him to be the third man, actually. I'd be down for him to be that third man. I'm down for that. Triple H and CM Punk, yeah, I don't know where this is. I don't know if this is out of Stephanie's places. Thank you for the opportunity. Triple H is like, we're lucky to have you here. I appreciate you, said Punk, and Triple H said, appreciate you. So look at this relationship. Yeah, this is from Stephanie's places. Little moment that we'd not seen before. I don't know that show. Where's that? That looks like looks a bit like a Survivor Series or something, doesn't it? I don't think that doesn't strike me as WrestleMania. But yeah, nice little backstage moment there, or a SummerSlam, I should say. Sorry, that doesn't strike me as WrestleMania. I'm trying to see what's on the things over here, but I can't really make anything out. TJF, thank you. Christopher, shout out to you. So, Living Color, the band, have said they're going to be in Las Vegas during WrestleMania weekend. That has now prompted people to wonder, are we going to get Cult of Personality played live at WrestleMania from Living Color? It's interesting, isn't it? Appearing during WrestleMania weekend. Could they be free to play him out live? And then Von Wagner was AEW security tonight on AEW Dynamite. So, Trenton, thank you. Very, very interesting. Let's go over to Community. Just a couple of things. Daz, shout out to you. So, got a signed Sting print picture image. Looks really, really cool. So, Daz, shout out to you. And Dean. Look at this. Dean received this today. And Dean has blessed us with quite the image, right? There's the back of the belt, but look at this. Now, what I'm going to say is all the women that are going to get in touch, please send your personal details direct. I don't need people getting in touch with me going, please pass this on to Dean. Tell him to hit me up. Yeah, I can be his sugar mommy, right? I don't need that, right? I don't know why Dean felt that he needed to include this topless picture, right? But I respect it. I'm here for it. But I am not willing to kind of bat away all the female attention that's going to be pouring in now, right? Please go direct to Dean, okay? I ain't passing no messages on. But there we go. There he is with his championship. And here as well, there it is, the Smoking Skull. It's such a great belt. Smoking Skull is really cool. It's a really, really cool championship. So there we go. Dean, shout out to you, my friends. Really, really cool. Okay, so that was the community folder. Let's go, thanks, and let's get out of here. So, Carl, tagging me in this. Look at that. It's all good, everyone. John still loves us, says Carl. At TGF1983, tagging me in. I thought that was a really fun clip, actually. Wild Child Billy, thank you. Sweet Chim Wrestling, shout out to you. Raymond, appreciate it, bud. Prain User Sports, thank you, my friend. Patrick Smith, shout out to you. Big Bam, thank you, buds. Claire Webb, appreciate it. And Kelly the Wise Lady, shout out to you as well. So a big thank you to everyone that supported Unseen, continues to support Unseen. Really is appreciated. And we'll be back with another episode tomorrow. Bye for now.